All right, I'm calling this part 2, also known as Mikah's part, or I think of it as Alex's part. I'll try to sing the other parts. It's hard. I'm not going to do any of the turns, and on Billie Jean, I'm just going to hit my note. I'm not going to improvise. All right, part 2 comes in 4th. Here. And then, oh, don't jump down, we're here, bend over, wait, she goes, do, 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 sorry. So that last part, going to the left. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to record that whole thing over again. That last part was a little iffy.